going on, Jerome's? So JJ McCarthy, the highest drafted quarterback in team history, is eventually going to be the team's future franchise guy, but could he take over as a rookie? That's the question. Will he start out of the gate as a starter? Could he come in mid-season? What's going to go on, right? So the Vikings do have a legitimate quarterback competition with Slinging Sam Darnold, the veteran. Does have probably the inside track, even though, I mean, he just got here too. And also JJ McCarthy. And I think it's going to be a fun battle. Again, we said this a bunch. It's nice to have a quarterback competition where both guys potentially could be good, given the situation, as opposed to, I don't know, Gus Farad versus T-Jack, rest in power. But, of course, it does come down to Kevin O'Connell and his decision of what to do with the rookie quarterback, the Michigan man. And ESPN, Dan Graziano, put this out, saying that, yes, there's going to be a step-by-step process. Is J.J. McCarthy ready to start? The Vikings will spend their entire offseason trying to answer this question after selecting McCarthy with the 10th pick in the draft. The questions about McCarthy coming out of Michigan centered largely on the fact that he wasn't always asked to do much in college as his quarterback draft classmates were, that he hasn't demonstrated the ability to deliver a high-volume passer. Oh, I'm sorry that JJ McCarthy wasn't in just throwing out all the tunnel screens and racking up stats, especially in garbage time catch-up mode like, I don't know, USC, like North Carolina. Who knows, man? No big deal. The Vikings and other teams believe he has the skills to do that at the NFL level with the right situation and the right coaching, and Minnesota is a place that offers him both. The Vikings have a specific step-by-step, day-by-day. Who remembers TGIF? Back in the day on ABC. That was good times. For McCarthy's development, and if he hits each step, odds are he opens the 2024 season as a starter. If not, and they have to keep working with him while starting Sam Darnold, they're fine with that too. And Kevin O'Connell's talked about how it's a daily checklist, step by step. Oh, we got, but what are the steps? So we're going to try and reverse engineer this mother. So here are 9 steps to J.J. McCarthy starting as a rookie. Now, again, this could be week 1. This could be midseason. This could be a lot of things. Number 1, take care of the football. And that's something that McCarthy stood on business at Michigan, is that he didn't throw a ton of interceptions, was very careful with the football. Now, beyond just not throwing into double and triple coverage, which, I mean, that'll happen as a rookie. Also, I like the fact that Kevin O'Connell at rookie minicamp was telling McCarthy to flex. Like, really push the envelope to see what you're capable of, see what the defense will give you, see everything, man. And that's the whole thing. It's like, at OTAs, there will be interceptions. At training camp, there will be interceptions. Or what do you want him to do? Do you want him to just check it down every single time in training camp? Well, there's nothing like a training camp check down now. But in game, taking care of the rock, beyond not throwing in, reading the defense properly, not throwing into double and triple coverage, not leaving your receivers out there with hospital balls, not throwing interceptable balls, but just the exchange with the center. You know, small things like that. Not getting your foot stepped on by Ed Ingram. How does he handle handing off to Aaron Jones as well as Ty Chandler? If the Vikings have some read option, how is he at the mesh point? So taking care of the football, making sure you're not having unforced errors, and making sure you're not the reason that the team potentially loses. Next up, number 2, full grasp of the playbook. Now, playbook. That's great. All right, so Kevin O'Connell. I feel like Kevin O'Connell, he doesn't want to water things down. He doesn't want to dumb things down. He doesn't want to do anything, right? And I mean, he had maybe he had his fill last year when he had to get Josh Dobbs up to speed and also calling games for Jaron Hall as well as Nick Mullins, right? But I think that JJ McCarthy is definitely a guy who's going to be in the film room, going to be working, studying the playbook, making sure that he has the mastery of it. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't have it all aced right now. With the full install at rookie camp, they have another full install in a couple weeks at mandatory minicamp, and another full install at training camp. So wouldn't shock me at all. Yeah, JJ McCarthy definitely strikes me as someone who's going to study his ass off, work his ass off, and so I don't think this will be an issue. Number 3, can you execute the playbook? So physically, JJ McCarthy has the tools. He's got mobility. He's got smarts. He's got a good arm. He's got an accurate arm, and he's got everything. This is one of the reasons why Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings gravitated towards him. But it's one thing to grasping and understanding the full playbook and then executing it on the field. Now, McCarthy does have an advantage in that he does come from a very pro-heavy style system from Michigan. A lot of under center, a lot of play action boot, a lot of throwing over the middle, a lot of throwing in rhythm on time. So I do think that he does have a leg up versus, I don't know, like a quarterback came from a spread or an air raid type offense, or a RPO heavy offense, which could take a little bit of time to fit a square peg in a round hole. Next up, number 4, do you need babysitting? So are you the leader out there, like a CJ Stroud? Like, can you come in? Do you have the gravitas? Do you have the huevos to walk into an NFL huddle as a rookie and be like, this is my huddle, this is my team, F yourself if you don't agree? And I think McCarthy does have a little bit of that alpha, that quiet confidence. Yes, he does have that, oh, gee, jolly Willikers. No, but he's going to be fine. Or is he someone who's going to be like a deer in headlights? Is he someone that's going to have to be basically just be taken care of like a drunk 4-year-old? Well, that doesn't make any sense. But the question is, does he need babysitting? If he needs it, he's not going to start. Number 5, distribute consistently. So grasp of the full playbook, executing it, as well as being able to get the ball to JJ, to Addison, to Hockenson, to Aaron Jones, to Brandon Powell on time, on purpose, and making sure that you're the conduit, right? So that's why Brock Purdy was able to get on the field as a rookie, and as why he's had success early on in his career. Because does Brock Purdy do anything that really moves the needle in terms of, not particularly, but does he do the small things well? Does he get rid of the ball? Does he throw an accurate rock? Does he do all the small things? Yes. Yes, he does. I think JJ McCarthy can do that too. Number 6, impressive preseason. So talk about practice. Like, McCarthy can look as good as he wants in OTAs, a mandatory minicamp, and training camp, and even joint practices, but you got to see it in a game situation. You got to have something meaty and tangible. And yes, McCarthy's probably going to be operating with the 2s quite a bit, because Darnold, I mean, he's a veteran, except he's a new guy on a new team. So I do expect Darnold to play a lot in preseason. So if McCarthy is impressive in game situations, I think that could lead credence to him potentially having more of a shot to start. And it could be a spot where maybe he starts with the 2s, maybe even the 3s in the first preseason game, then maybe the 2s in the second, maybe he gets a couple snaps with the 1 in the third and final preseason game, and then maybe Kevin O'Connell has a decision. Next up, number 7, can you protect yourself? So this goes beyond offensive line. And the Vikings, Darisaw, O'Neal, solid. Interior offensive line, TBD. Now, it is good that McCarthy does have some mobility. Like, he can move around a little bit. He can buy some time with his legs. But also, he does have a good pocket awareness too. So if he can't protect himself out there, whether it's A, a bad offensive line, B, he doesn't have pocket awareness, or C, he can't move, then that's bad coaching. You're just setting a quarterback up to be the next David Carr, where you just get the piss beat out of you, you get sacked 70 times, and you're just not the same. And your confidence is shattered, and you're just ruined. And you see that all the time, especially with highly drafted quarterbacks who go into very, very bad teams and have idiots for offensive play callers, right? I mean, saw that with Sam Darnold with the Jets. Number 8, can we win games with you? So I understand, like, this year, well, the Vikings over under 6.5 wins. It's just going to be a redshirt season. Whatever happens, happens. No, as evidenced by the Vikings over the last 2 years, the whole competitive rebuild, they're out to win games. Every single week, it's not about, oh, well, let's look down the line. Let's look at the future. No. Can you help the Vikings win games? And if not, if you're a net negative, Darnold's going to start, right? But I think McCarthy can get himself into a spot, especially if he executes a number of these steps where he will be positive. And so here's the progression. Be the reason why your team doesn't lose, then be the reason why your team wins, step by step. Lastly, number 9, are you better than Darnold? And you have to be better than Darnold, because if things are even, I think Ty will go to the veteran. But if he has to show that he's head and shoulders better than Sam Darnold. Now, this isn't an aspersion on Darnold. And we said Darnold has a ton of potential. And I think in this situation, for all the reasons why it's a good spot for McCarthy, it's a good spot for Darnold as well, with the coaching, with the talent around him, etc. But McCarthy, like, he has to prove that he has a full, like, 2 car lengths on Sam Darnold in this race, and then maybe he will be that guy. But eventually, he will be that dude indeed, but it'll take time. Have a little patience. But I do know, and I'm comfortable in the fact that, hey, if McCarthy starts out of the gates week 1, it'll be because he's ready. It's not because of politics, not because of where he was drafted, not because of blah, blah, blah. It's because he is ready to be the starting quarterback of the Vikings. Because Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi know that this is their one shot, and they're not going to squander it. All right. But that's it. 9 steps for McCarthy's starting as a rookie. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.